Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new stream here on the ECC GG. We are here with the Division 2 League match, this second one of Division 2. It's between Ascension Pyrrhos and Misfits. I'm not casting it today alone. I'm joined here with Wolf. Hello.
Hello everyone, my name is Alfie Wolf. I'm pretty new to the ECC scene altogether. I joined I think a week ago, somewhere around there, so I'm not too familiar with the teams, but I already heard that Misfits has drawn blood even though they were top seed. So that's not looking all too bright in their favor, but maybe they were playing it. Maybe they were slow playing it, like we're gonna give everyone some hope, we're gonna lose our first game and then carry on through all the rest because we are top seed after all.
Yeah, it was DSA Red. They lost it with 3-1, and Ascension Paris won 3-1 against Clapping. So maybe we have Ascension Paris in a little favor, but nonetheless, of course, Misfits is the top seed. They are the highest MMR of this world division. So that should be doable for them. It seems like. So, what do you think?
Well, then again, Dennis. We all know MMR is the worst thing to base your skill or base your team on. Like that, sometimes, have you ever been in the situation? I remember this vividly because that was at my peak at Champ 3 Division 3, where I got into a GC lobby and the only thing I saw was that GCs are worse than Champ 3 sometimes. So, based on MMR, they were higher, but they played worse. So Misfits might not play well, even though they're higher MMR. So maybe that's the thing that's bottlenecking their performance at the moment.
Yeah, we will see in this game. I mean, it's the second place against the sixth place, but maybe Misfits can get themselves up together from the last match. I know that Paris they played pretty well last series against Clapping. So yeah, I think they would be able to get the win. Let's get to predictions then. I think after what I've seen from game one, I think that Ascension Paris will keep up the streak and will win this game. I think they will be the better team of these two teams, and I think in the end, just Ascension Paris will take this game. I think it's 3-2. It will be a very close match, but I think Ascension Paris will get the winner.
Well, you're not very nice to me, are you? I didn't even see the guys' plays, and you're already asking me to make a prediction.
Yeah.
Well, you said Assassin Pyrrhos?
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna go right against it. Say, I mean, a top seed for a reason. Misfits are going to win this. Maybe it's gonna be like a Game 5 overtime scenario. I think that's like most likely. Then, as you say, that Ascendant Pyrrhos are very a good team as well themselves. So, I think it's gonna be a bit of both sides. Probably Misfits countering Ascendant Pyrrhos at a certain time, and then other way around. So I think it's gonna go Game 5 and Misfits winning it in overtime, 3 minutes in.
Ooh, that's a good call there. If it's going to end up like that, that will be a great series. Still waiting for the teams to join in. Anyways, Chad, what do you think will be the result of this series? We really want your opinion, and Misfits against Ascension Paris. It's gonna be a really great series. I think really close series. But yeah, it's of course the second placer. They played really well the first series. So it's gonna be a close goal. I think that we can expect a lot of. I think we can expect a lot of passing plays here. Division 2, it might be two playoff teams here, so I think we can expect a lot from this series.
Well, Dennis, apparently it isn't really our fault that it's not going well. I mean, it is our fault that the players are not loading up. Apparently one of us doesn't have a plus platform enabled, so I think you might have to check it, Dennis. I mean, it's not nice to the players, They are willing to play finally, and then somehow you're denying them the chance to even play.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're getting that out of the way now, so they should be able to join. So let's see if they do that in a second. Because otherwise we're gonna be hanging here for like an awkward 5 minutes or something. So let's hope that's not the case, because it's already been 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah,
Something like that.
If my game just wants to put me in the game, it would be nice.
Don't worry, then it's like we said before, we have a backup plan in case it doesn't go well.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry for all the cross-platform players here. I mean, they have all the rights, but I just don't like playing with them. You know, I just like playing with PC players, and I sometimes forget to turn it on. Cross-platform play.
A little side note to everyone: it's not because Dennis thinks that PS players are bad, but he just can't scream against them. You know, that's the entire thing. He wants to be able to flame his teammates, and if they do something wrong, and they can't do that when they're PC or PS4 or Xbox. So don't worry, he still believes in your skills. At least I hope he does, because sometimes PS4 players can pop off and carry your entire game, though.
Yeah, that's very true. You just underrate them at the start of the game, and then in the end they just pop off the carry with like 700 points, and then you just have 100, 200 points. And wow, that's actually a good PS4 player or an Xbox player, whatever. Maybe a Switch player. I mean, but I've played a few games on Switch. I really don't like it.
For me, it's just the controller layout. I mean, I'm so used to playing on PS. Like PS controllers, I used to start when I started playing. I played with a PS3 controller, and then I switched to the PS4 controllers as my PS3 broke. And I mean, it's a little bit of the stretched Xbox version, and then the triggers on that nice as well. So I'm like, let's not, you know. So apparently, I should have mine off. Vader, if it's your fault now, I'm gonna be mad. Just saying. Just saying. My cross-platform is enabled.
My cross-platform is enabled, so...
I guess that's gonna be a remake server then, I guess? I think that might be the easiest way around it.
Alright. So we're just getting the game started off a bit later than expected, but we'll be here very soon with game 1. So, yeah, as we said, I think that Ascension is gonna take it, and you think that Misfits is gonna take it, so it's a bit of a rivalry between the casters here. Who's gonna take it? So,
I mean, as I saw the players from one team, and I think it's Misfits, they're old friends of mine, so I do know that they all have a fair share. But then again, I know how badly they can perform together. So, like you said, it might be a bit of a mix. It might be in their favor. Maybe they're feeling it today. Maybe they're gonna be able to control anything they do, throw passes at each other, and just connect very nicely. Or it's just gonna be an Ascension game where they're just like, yep, Misfits are missing everything. Easy open goals. Let's go. Hey.
Yeah, they're not called. They just got the Misfits, you know. So we're just seeing how that name will turn out for them. But we're seeing all the players getting into the lobby now. I think we're all set to get into game 1 to begin off this series. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're gonna get a great series here. So, game 1, let's get on the way. Alright, bye. We're in game 1 between Misfits and Ascension Pyrrhos. If the kickoff's getting underway here. Pyrrhos getting up to dribble it early. Offense there. Hype there with the dominance. The X is there. Get to the side of the field. So as we said, I think that Ascension was going to take this series with 3-2. As we've seen offense here. But I mean, Misfits, they're of course the top seed, but you think they're gonna win. So yeah, what do you think of this game? Who's gonna take this game?
You're making it even worse on me, dude. I just saw these guys play for 30 seconds, and already I see that Ascension is making way more positional mistakes compared to Misfits. But Misfits, on the other hand, are double committing very hard on this one. So it's anyone's game for me, but Dot is definitely the solid backline for Misfits here.
It was almost the first goal, but Trax is there with a good save for the Pyrrhos side. As the ball gets into the Pyrrhos side, and it's 1-0 for Misfits.
Yeah, it's one of the Misfits. It's the Cracks, the Crocodile, or the Dog. It doesn't matter how you want to see him, but he is one of the two animals.
Yeah, for sure. The Harp just wasn't there to get in time to defend it, and it leads to a goal against him. But we're on the way again. 1 minute past here. That's already the first goal from Misfits. It's not a good start from Ascension, but they really want to get themselves again, but pick themselves up again and win this game. So you see Trax here getting the ball to the center. Ferric was up, but Dot is there. His Hype is trying to get it to the side of the field. Clear there by Creeman. STX follows it up. Traxy defend that, and there's a shot again, but easy save for Hype. We still get a touch with the dominance. See Hype trying to get it to the center of the field, gets there, but Ferrix just gets demoed by Correction. Correction puts it up, but Ferrix is there. Good block by DX. Correction now with a clear shot, and DX tried to redirect it, but Hype was there with a good save. Ferrix tries to go for the airdrop, but doesn't have much boost, gets defended by Dot. So we see some offensive pressure now from Pyrrhos, so it's really good to see.
Well, it might be called offensive pressure, but so far it's not holding back the Misfits, as we see that they are riling up their offensive plays themselves, and nobody's struggling on defense. They're not making any errors, they're committing very nicely, communicating very well, because nobody's double committing on defense. While on offense, that's another case. But we see here, Correction trying to take it from the side to the middle where somebody of his team is waiting.
Yeah, as we see Traxy on the right side of the field trying to get it center to Ferrix, and it goes on the crossbar. Really close offense there by Pyrrhos. Really dangerous from them. The X can clear it out to give himself a bit of a breath. Ferrix tries to begin an offense here for Pyrrhos again. The X is there, getting it to the corner. Traxy instantly follows it up. See just Pyrrhos just offensive pressuring now. Misfits. So they really want to get out of there. Ferrix backflips, gets possession by that, goes to the center of the field. Yeah, can get it clear on the back wall. Double commit by Misfits as Hype gets a shot there. Can't get a block, and it looks like it's gonna be the equalizer here. 1-1. It's Hype who scores.
Well, you said that I said that he didn't double commit on defense just yet, and right as I said that, we see a double commit on defense, and it gets capitalized on very nicely by Ascension, and it's 1-1 situation with 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining.
Yeah, good equalizer there by Ascension. Can they get a second one? No, because Correction is there. But there's the second one for Ascension. Good second goal here by Hype, good offensive pressure, and it's a second goal for Ascension.
Wow, what a nice second goal. Hype banging it right to the middle, just past the last defender where Correction was trying to correct himself from inside the net. To his avail. It didn't work, but it's 2-1. Ascension looking very nicely in this first game with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that goal was right from the kickoff. It looks like it's not going to be a goal right from the kickoff this time. Ball gets to the corner. He gets an extra touch, but has no boost to follow. Correction does though, but misses. So Traxy can get a clear for Ascension. He puts it to the corner of Misfits. That gets to the other side of the field. The Hype is there. Gets to the corner, it goes to center, but Dot is there. So he gets to the side, but gets challenged by Traxy. Ferrix gets to the corner. EX tries to clear it, but goes to the center field of Misfits. As Traxy gets a shot, there's not good defense there from Misfits, and this third goal of Ascension.
You're calling it not good defense from the Misfits, but as we see that Correction completely out of boost, has to try and reach that corner and already realizes it's not going to happen. It's gonna be a 3-1. Now, right now, they're probably thinking, how do we get that mentality right in that position that we can actually do something again in this game? As we see that they're just giving away the ball to Ascension and not doing anything with those easy opportunities themselves.
Yeah, they have 49 seconds now to get the goal, but still Ascension, who had been the dominant side this game. They struggled in the beginning, but it's they pick themselves up together. See Pyrrhos getting it from the wall. Dribbles it to the corner on the back wall, and there's the fourth goal of Ascension. Traxy completes the pass, gets on the score sheet, and that's the fourth goal of Ascension.
Wow, Misfits. I think there's no better name choice for this for these guys, because they weren't fitting in inside the goal, so they decided, let's just put 2 to go for the back boost and 1 in defense. That's definitely going to work. While Hive just puts it very easily to the middle, and the 4th goal is scored for Ascension. So 20 seconds remaining. Do you think that Misfits are going to score another goal, or is going to be Ascension all the way?
I think it's going to be Ascension all the way. If we see them performing like all the last 3 minutes or so, they just were really dominant. Let's see if they keep that up next game. You see still an offensive from Ascension, try to keep them up, and there it is. 4-1 for Ascension Pyrrhos in first game. So that's a good start from Ascension.
Yeah, Ascension really showing dominant in the last half of the game. Like in the first start, it wasn't looking as bright. It's going a little bit both ways. Misfits getting the first goal, giving them the momentum probably for the first game, but Ascension responded very quickly, got that first goal for the Samsung, and then from that point on, it was just hammering down the other opportunities and finding the open spaces in the Misfits defense, where they sometimes double commit, sometimes just over position themselves, or on even in the wall, in the goals. So that's going to be an easy goal for Ascension, and they definitely did very well on capitalizing on those.
Yeah, they had a tough start of this game, but they picked themselves good together, making 4 goals after that. So I think it's time for game 2. Game 2, Ascension leading with 1-0. So let's get to game 2 now. We're back in game 2 of the Ascension won their first game. We see the kickoff dot slows off at It's a fake kickoff actually. What's okay? That was one of the weirdest kickoffs I've ever seen. But game 2 is off to start now as the ball goes up to Traxi, gets it on the backboard. He's gonna get a touch again. Oh, I just can't. That was a good read by him, but just couldn't make it. See, Traxi tries to get up. Dot dribbles it, gets it to the center of the field, misses there. But Traxi can get it to the corner. Seems like Correction is gonna miss that. See, Correction now. Dot from the ceiling. Ferrex almost got the ceiling shot there. Let's see, VX missed there. Traxi gets it. A shot there. Correction with a pre-jumps block. See, Dot. Traxi gets it to the wall. See, Correction gets it up to Hype. Dot to Correction, gets on the back wall. Can I get there from the back wall? No. It is gone. Dot trying to get it to the backside of his own field. Traxi with a shot, and that's the first goal of Traxi. 1-0 for Ascension.
I mean, this was a very painful predicament for Dot. We see him rushing back into defense there, trying his best to get the ball, going upside the wall so he gets enough time, but Traxi was already lurking right behind him. The ball goes into the middle. Traxi was there. Easy 1-0 with 4 minutes remaining.
Yeah, that's an early goal from Ascension, and that's not what Misfits wants to see. Looks like they have to communicate better, because also in that goal there was no one back, often Dot, who just brought the ball back. But defensive rotation just need to be a bit better from them. As you see DX getting it into the corner. Hyde misses, the Traxi is there. Ericsson is back to get a clear. Up high. Ferrex challenges that, but has no boost. So, yeah. So, do you think that Misfits can get itself back together in this game, or will it be 2-0 for Ascension?
Are you asking me if 3 separate players can get back to a team that is somewhat playing like a team, but is also a little bit of just 3 players? It all depends if they can find each other and communicate better, because right now on defense it's a mess, and on offense it's a mess. So I don't think a mess is very effective, even if you would be playing Diamond 3s.
Yeah, you just saw Misfits double committing again their miss, and you know it's just a bit messy, the game style of Misfits. It's they really have to pick themselves up together, because you know it's just not looking great from them. I think Ascension, you know, they're the better sider. They're not playing the best as they can, but I think they are just dumb-sided until now.
I was gonna say, you said that Ascension is better, but so far they seem to be doing weird stuff as well on the rotation side. Like double commits going up left and right as well. So up, sometimes it's even between Traxi and not so associated, or whatever his name is. Like,
yeah, just call him Ferrex.
yeah, just Ferrex. Let's call him just Ferrex from now, not Ferrex. But yeah, so far we see that the offense is finally arriving up again from the Misfits side here, as we see a back clear from Ferrex, and the ball is in the middle once again.
Yeah, we see Traxi getting to the side, tries to get a pinch, gets to the middle, and he goes over all the players, but the X is there with Dot to get it clear. Correction can get it. As you see the ball going to the goal of Ascension, but it's an easy clear for Ferrex. As the X gets it to the side of the field, but has no boost anymore to follow, but there's a miss, so you can follow either way. See Traxi tried to get a clear from the back wall. And Dot tried to take control, pass to the middle, but Hype is there to intercept that. See the X clears it from his own back wall. Ferrex pops it up, tries to get another touch, but it's getting followed up by Traxi. That's a save by the X. Yeah, it's been just Ascension so far. I think they're just doing much better with the chances, as we see a passing play here from Misfits.
Oh well, you call it better with the chances, but we saw a good opportunity coming out there from Correction, but just the little bit less of control side made it that he put the ball all the way to the side where the only defenders from Ascensions really were, because it was kind of an open goal. Let's be honest about that one.
Yeah, it was nearly an open goal, but just the defender of Ascension was, of Ascension was just in time to
you know that it was backwards on the side, right?
Yeah, it was really weird positioning from him there, but eventually he saved that. See how he did another save. But it was a really weird situation, but luckily for Ascension, he managed to save that. And that's a pinch, it looked like. Traxi gets a second for Ascension.
Yeah, well, a little bit of a second goal. Very nice space coming out here from Traxi, and he gets a good pinch there. Kind of a little bit of a pre-flip of the pre-flip of Dots. So, yeah, that's a very nice play to see in the start. But in general, we have to say that all players, or well, most players in this match are very capable of making their own decisions, know when they have to pressure and everything. But for some reason, it just doesn't fit. For neither the teams, it's missing like the team feeling you get from different teams, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't see much passing plays, and this was infield play. I just see like individual plays, not really much rotation in defense side. You see offense there from Misfits, but I think it's gonna be a 2-0 in series now for Ascension. After Traxi just scored twice, I think just Misfits just really have to play less messy, just more like a team, as you said. I just get the communication in, as it's 2-0 for Ascension now.
More like a team, that's an easy way to put it, but I think these guys need to hire a coach, need them to break down what they are doing wrong. And it doesn't have to be a high coach, it can be a champ one that understands rotations very well. And I think he would already be able to point out so many mistakes that Misfits are doing. On the other hand, Ascension should be able to run away with this like easily, and there's a reason why they're not doing that as well. They're struggling hard themselves because I think they're not used to playing a team like this. I think that's a bit of what's making them play so weirdly. But at the same time, there are some commitments from everyone on the team, really, that's like, why are you really going for this? Pyrrhos, on the other hand, is probably like the most solid backline that Ascension has.
Yeah, I agree with that. Pyrrhos has played pretty solid so far, but I think it's time to get into Game 3 to see if it's going to be a reverse sweep or clean sweep for Ascension. Game 3 is going underway now between Ascension and Misfits. We saw Ascension winning 2 games after, I can call it a rough series for both teams. It doesn't really look like they used to play. It's a bit, I would say maybe a div 3 game still from these both teams. As you see, the first goal here from Hype.
What was it? Only 5 seconds? Come on, a very good kickoff here from Ascension. Well placed to the back line where Hive was already waiting. But where is the defense from Misfits? Do these guys even know how to defend? Because at this point, it's really gasping my mind.
Yeah, no one from Misfits back there at the kickoff. That's at the least you would expect there. Just when the game started, and it looks like, DX can save that, gets bumped, Traxi gets it up to the wall. Tries to get it in from the back wall, but just can't find the goal. Demo there. And it's, again, 3 shots from Ascension in the first 25 seconds, so an early pressure on from Ascension. It's very good from them, as they really want the clean sweep here. Even though it's not the Ascension you would expect, but they still get a job done against this Misfits, because also they are not playing good, and I think that Ascension is getting the clean sweep here.
Well, already calling the clean sweep as we see a brutal play coming out here from Traxi, getting a flip reset, playing it up to Pyrrhos where he might be able to finish it off. And then again, what is it with the attempts for pinches with Misfits? We saw another attempt for a pinch coming out there in the midfield to Deriville. It didn't work. Now Dot missing an open net. It's just not their ninth. I have to call it. I think they can play better, but that's not including the rotation side. It's just personally things that are going wrong. Crackshire missing that open net last game. Dot getting denied by the crossbar right there. It's just very rough for these guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's just really rough by Misfits, and I think they just can't find a net. They just need to be a bit more accurate, because they have the chances, and but they just can't find a net, and they just need to be more accurate with the shots, and get a goal at least, because it looks a bit disappointing for them until now.
I mean, can you blame them? For some people, it's just not your day, and the moment it's not your day, you're not able to sink in any goal. And I'm the same thing, as I'm mainly focus on defense, so I don't get that many shooting opportunities. And when I'm having an off day, you'll see when I'm having an off day, you know?
Yeah, I get what you mean, of course. You can't always play the best like you can. You also have these bad days. But we see Misfits also just losing the last series against DSA Red. And you know, they really didn't want to lose this game. And that's a really bad clear from the Misfits defender, and that makes it Ascension in 2-0 lead.
Well, you can call it a bad clear. I call it bad positioning, because Wu positions there as the last guy, as he has his teammates already in the middle. He drove to the middle, he drove back to the goal line while the shot was being fired. Or you pre-jump that, or you just pray to God that it hits your car and that you can dribble it out, because that otherwise that was the thing that was going to happen. As we saw, it was an easy goal for Ascension, and a double jump coming out there from the defenders of Misfits, making it even harder.
Yeah, Ferrix there with an attempt to do an individual play. No one back from Misfits this time. That can just about save it. Double commit there. See Ferrix tries to get a shot in, but we still see too much double commits, too much defensive errors from the Misfits side. And you know, it's again Ascension who is the dominant side there. I think they are playing pretty good now. And you know, first two games we saw that Ascension was a bit lacking as well, but I think this game they're doing pretty alright for them. And you know, I think that Misfits just is not the Misfits you would expect from the start of the season.
Well, what would you really expect? We're only week 2. I mean, and for me, this is still the start of the series, the season, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, trying to get a good 50-50 into the middle there, but it's getting denied by his teammates altogether, as we see that Ascension is just keeping under pressure. It's been this way all series, really. They're dictating the pace, they're dictating when to defend, when to offend, and Misfits is just nowhere to be found, as we see Traxi putting in a very easy third goal.
Yeah, I missed there. I see just, you know, Correction tried to get it from the back wall, and if you don't get that, then it's really dangerous for the opposite side, as they can easily score that. As we see Traxi with an open net here. We see kickoff here, and it's just not good for Misfits. And I think, yeah, you know, it's a deserved 3-0 here for Ascension.
Yeah, well, you have these team philosophies that offense is the best defense. I think Misfits thought that is the case, but sometimes the right balance in striker, defender, and somewhat of an assisting person is the right way to go, and Misfits is definitely not a balanced team.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's just not balanced, and you know, they have too much misses. They're not accurate at all. And you know, like this, you really should save that as a last man on the back wall. You know, it's not that hard to save, but you know, it's the fourth goal of Ascension.
Yeah, well, Doc got a hit on the ball. Maybe Guy, if you stayed on the ground, just went for it in a normal aerial, it would have been an easy save, but going from the wall, it's a fashion. I know that there are some players that do enjoy going for those, but if it's a low accuracy, just don't go for it, in my opinion.
Yeah, true. It's just, you know, just disappointing until now. And we see Traxi with the fifth goal of Ascension. They're just ramming in the goals now for the side. You know, Misfits, they don't do anything about it, it looks like.
Yeah, well, Traxi is definitely on a roll. You see the guy popping off left and right anytime, right there with that air dribble, getting that last stitch so that DX own goals it himself. It's just glassing plays coming out here, but then again, it's the solo plays that we were talking about already, and Ascension has Traxi to thank for that.
I mean, yeah, that was a bit of hope for Misfits. It's really at the start of the series, but looks like there's another goal, or the first goal, I should say.
The second goal of the series.
The second goal of the series, the first goal scored after like, what was it? In the first minute, after like 40 seconds, and they just couldn't make any other goal in the 3 games after, but it's just the second goal here. It's just not a good performance from them. Oh, it was the third goal, but it's Ascension Pyrrhos who is just getting the 3-0 sweeper over Misfits.
It was definitely a very, very weird game. Misfits probably not showing up to their own likings. I think they wanted to play a little bit better, but if they want to perform better, then I would just suggest play ranked with your team. Because if you would be playing ranked, you would see that you would drop, and then you realize that something is going wrong, something is not going right, and you have to change something up. Because, I mean, let's be honest, the way they played right now, I think even Champ 1s could win of them.
Yeah, that's really true. We just didn't really see rotations, defensive rotations, and it's a deserter of Ascension. They rotated better than Misfits, and they were just more accurate. If you look at the stats of last game, it was 14 shots for Ascension and 5 shots for Misfits. So it was just a really dominant performance by Ascension. And just the Misfits need to be a bit more consistent. It looks like they're just not accurate. They just really need to be more accurate with the shots and just rotationally and maybe communicating better than they did now.
Well, there's a thing to consistency, and it all starts with having trust in your team. If you don't trust your teammates, you're going to position yourself in a wrong position because you want to go for every ball that somebody else is going to. But at the same time, if you're trying to cover for that person, you're already putting somebody else out of position again. And that's just what kept happening with Misfits. We saw that Cracksheen was pushing up to try and cover for DX, but then Dot was the last man back. With so much space between the last guy and the two trying to push up, trying to help out each other, that when Hype or Traxy, for example, get an easy clear to the middle, they can just control the ball, get a good flick on Dot, and it's going to be an easy goal. Because 1v1 scenarios are very hard. Even if they start making 1v2, then it's just over. If the team is very good, very efficient in the double plays, it's going to be a goal either way if you're the only guy back.
Yeah, I think that's all said about the game. I think that it was a deserved victory for Ascension, and it lets Ascension with two wins now and 0 losses, and Misfit with 0 wins and 2 losses. So unfortunate for them, but Ascension just deserved the series. So yeah, I think that's all about it. Of course, I want to thank you for co-casting with me.
It's been a pleasure. It was a little bit of a weird game. I hope next time around we're gonna see some more Orthodox Rocket League, because it's hard to comment on this. Like, even as a color caster, you can say what's going wrong in position, defense, offense, and so on. But then again, there's a limit to what you can say. So if to have a little bit of Orthodox Rocket League, that would be nice for the next stream,
Yeah, hopefully for next stream we have just the Orthodox Rocket League, just a better gameplay than this. But I also want to thank Faded in the background for streaming, and I want to thank you guys for viewing the stream. All one of you guys just watching the stream, you guys are actually legends. So I also want to thank Drama Alert for sponsoring this season. It's really good to see them sponsoring this season. I think that's all about it. We have no more games today to be played. So maybe there's a stream tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I hope there will be. So do you have anything else to say?
Well, let's get the games on, shall we? I mean, there's so much more weeks ahead of us. Let's hope we can see some more beautiful Rocket League in the future. I was Starfield. I've been joined by Dennis, Faded on the broadcasting. We love you all, and thank you all for watching.